if you're All Might, right? Because when he picked Deku on his way to go meet Lemillion.
Yeah.
Like he said that in the show already, right? So
Mhm.
that's when he picked Deku. You know you're on the way to meet your successor, your potential successor, right?
Yeah. And I mean,
So
if he would have met him, I mean, come on.
but like you meet Deku and you're like, this is the guy I think it is. Do you still go meet the other guy? Do you still go meet Lemillion and then make a final decision? Or do you just trust your gut?
I think it comes down to this. I've been back and forth. My instinct wanted to say, "Oh, I picked Deku because it's an instinct thing. It's my fucking quirk. I get to choose. It's a
Mm-hmm.
feeling thing. I should know just like my mentor did." Right?
Right, right.
Whereas if I had a really good friend in Night Eye, like it just depends on how good of a friend he was.
That's true.
Like, was he
Yeah.
just my partner or was he like my best friend? A guy who, I grew up
Right.
with or, whatever. So if it's a guy I grew up with, I think I still go meet Lemillion and just go, you know what? I had the similar past as Deku. I'm gonna pick Deku, even though the million's amazing.
Right.
And have that discussion with Night Eye versus just fucking then and there, making a gut feeling call
Yeah.
on someone you know this much about.
Yeah. To be honest, I would like to say that I would meet Lemillion, but I know myself.
Hmm.
I would have fucking pure instinct it. I would have
Yeah.
pure instinct it. And I would have been like, boop, here you go. You're going to eat this shit. And I got to actually go deliver some bad news to someone else. So give me like 10 minutes and I'll be
Right.
back.
I mean, yeah, and
All right, homie. I'll catch you later, dog. I'll be back.
there you haven't really worked with kids to that degree
Nah,
for that long. I've worked with kids and I've met
kids
one
suck.
kid. Yeah, I've met one kid who I could say pure-heartedly like had the purest heart, if that makes sense. I shouldn't have said
Yeah.
pure-heartedly has the purest heart. I should have just
Yeah.
said
That was a very
I've met
stupid way
one
of saying
kid
it.
who has like he's like
Who's
the nicest,
pure
who's
of.
just the softest, human being who
Yeah, but I don't
would
want to
never
give that
harm a
person. I don't.
fly.
I don't want to give that person that
But
crazy
that's
power.
Deku.
I mean, kind of, but Deku's always also about that action. You know what I mean?
He wasn't always about that action. He gets scared.
Well, that's why he picked him. Remember, because his body
He was
moved before.
scared and then he would do it.
Yeah,
But I mean, to say that he's about that action, I mean, come on.
yeah, but I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, it's a fun little thought to
Thought.
have
Yeah,
in regards
it's an
to what
interesting one to
All
think
Might
about,
did
dude.
and
It's
who Lemillion
crazy.
was.
It's crazy when you think into storylines and shows, and you like think about the choices they made and how different choices would have changed it. And it's
Yeah.
almost like when they do a good job of doing it, it's almost like in animes, you can't like the show wouldn't be the same at all if you made this decision.
Right.
Because all these characters in your head end up taking on kind of like a life of their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's interesting to think about it. Like
Hmm.
I get stuck on that thought a lot. Like,
Yeah.
why did they really think that far ahead when they were writing this? Like, I would love to just sit down with just have
And
like
just
a day, not an interview, just like talk with them. You know what I mean?
well,
Just like a free flowing conversation.
and I feel like you can't really describe it to someone. Like it's such a creative thought,
Right, which is why I would just want to like see how they think as a person.
like a
Like I
fly on the
wouldn't.
wall,
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like not a. I would just
not
want to
a
have a good.
conversation,
No, a
or
good
you want a
conversation.
conversation.
Yeah, a good conversation. We're just talking about whatever comes up. Kind of like how
Oh,
we do these conversations where we kind of let it lead us wherever it leads us and we kind of have a guideline where we want to stay. Kind of something like
right.
that. You know what I mean? Just like a free flowing conversation. I'm not interviewing them about their writing process or shit like that. We're just talking. I just want to see how like
How creative their mind is.
yeah, and just see how they see things. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
would really, really enjoy like someone who's high level at that.
I
I
would
would really
prefer to,
enjoy that.
and
Just
I
getting
would,
to know someone. Sorry,
and I
go
would.
ahead.
You're good, and I would prefer to talk with them about animes outside of their anime. I would want to see how they
Interesting.
process other animes in response to their own, because or in respect to their own, because that gives you an idea of, how me and you, when you obviously we have our own personal skill levels in the sports we played, But then when you can see the admiration for the analytical part of other great players that we can
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
it's different. It's a
Right.
different, you're like, oh, this person processes information differently because you can pick their brain about other
Right.
people within that realm,
Right. The way they see things.
the way
Right.
they see other things in that industry.
Right. Yeah.
All right, cool. I think I made sense there.
If you didn't, I'm sure we'll
What do you mean if I didn't? I'm asking
if
you.
you didn't, I understood, but I also grew
Okay.
up with you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
True.
So
Touche.
if he didn't make any sense, I'm sure we'll hear about it in the comments.
Yo,
They
that
don't
shit
seem to
didn't
miss
make any
that shit.
sense.
Yo, this nigga at the bottom is stupid.